Day 3, Iowa. Man, I'm feeling great about this evening. It's super cold. We got in early.
Shoot him.
Look at the beams on him. Man, look at the mass.
Well, me and Daddy had just got settled into the stand. It wasn't quite daylight yet, and
Indeed, there's a buck right there.
there's already a big shooter buck out in the field.
D, we got him, D. He down. I think Mr. Tony just shot.
Just gonna get it over with early, huh?
What is he, 11 point?
Yep.
Ooh, give him some of that right there, Tony. That is a good buck. Hey, Papa killed a big buck this morning and we cooked a big breakfast, huh?
Fixing to load up everything in a truck and head on over there. Hopefully we can double up today.
We got our bus whooped. We needed that one too, but I tell you, man, we've had a blessed week. Got to hunt with friends and family, and really when it boils down to it, that's what this is all about. We got about, I don't know, 10, 15 days till Christmas, so it's time to hammer down and get some stuff done.
Lizard Creek, Louisiana, we were brought up being taught that nothing comes before God, family, and hunting.
We're not trophy hunters. Fact is, we love time spent with family. Mama found her deer. Your mama.
Girl, double lunged him. I'm proud of where I come from. I'm proud to say I'm a hunter.
And I want to pass those traditions on to my kids.
Wallhanger down, baby. Yes, indeed. This is WallhangerTV.
The Walls had closed another chapter in Kansas, making memories that will last a lifetime.
Got to hunt with my dad, his first hunt in Kansas, biggest buck ever.
Dana's dad, Mr. Tony, tagged his biggest buck to date, and even though Chad experienced a slow week, he did encounter 2 dominant bucks.
They're crossing that field. We ain't gonna get a shot at him today.
Chad wasn't able to close the deal in Kansas this trip.
We had another pretty tough evening this evening. We thought we was going to get it done. We felt like we was in a good spot, but we got our bus whooped. We needed that one too, but
Man, it had been a long week in Kansas, and I still had my Kentucky tag in my pocket. So we decided to load up, head back east, and go to Kentucky. And man, it was a mistake when we got there. We hunted the weekend, but the movement was dead slow.
well, we did see a few does tonight, but it just ain't happening here. It's done. Well, I think we kind of missed our opportunity. Deer ain't really moving, and we can't find any of our shooters anymore. They might all be dead. But that's part of it. This is basically the last week before Christmas we have to hunt, so I'm not gonna waste any time. We're gonna have to drive tonight, all night probably, and be in Kansas in time to hunt tomorrow is the plan. And we loaded up the truck and headed back west. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't even know what day it is, to be honest with you. Been driving all night, got about 3 more hours to make it to camp in Kansas. Hopefully y'all can hang with us and this all pays off when we smoke one here in about 6-8 hours. So y'all stay tuned.
Give me your money, I'll take you to a party, up front and center.
Wallhanger TV is brought to you by Elite Archery. Respect the game. Reconnect. See what you've been missing. Gator Tracks Boats. Making waves where the competition can't. Mossy Oak. It's not a passion. It's an obsession. Scott Archery. Everyone's #1. Ozonics. Scent control that works. Ammo2go.com. Your one-stop shop for all your ammo needs. G5. Designed to hunt. Antler King. Bigger bucks. Healthier deer. Hunt Force. Find your game. Angle Coolers. A legend in reliability. Code Blue. Potency protected. This segment has been brought to you by Reinhardt, the best archery target in the world, and by the new HSS Elite by Hunter Safety Systems. Saving lives is what we do. After a quick power nap, Chad made an effort to check several Reconyx cameras throughout the farm. Recent trail pics can highly influence a decision on where to hunt, giving the best percentages of seeing a dominant buck.
This is actually a prettier place to hunt. You've got a few more options than that blind over there.
a lot more buck sign too. We decided to go into a stand we hadn't spent much time on. That particular piece of property, we've had a couple deer killed off of it this year. And just from reports from the cousins and the rest of the family, we knew there were a couple good bucks still on there. And we decided to head in there knowing that the property had been left alone for a couple weeks. And for some reason, a deer movement seemed like it had picked up over the last couple days. So we're heading in to see what happens.
First evening back in Kansas. Couldn't get it done last week. Pretty cool. We were in Kentucky yesterday making an evening hunt, and we're in Kansas today making an evening hunt. But hopefully the hunting here is a little better. We beat the weather here. It's not going to come in until tomorrow night. This evening we're set back up on this wheat field that we started hunting right at the tail end of last week's trip. Saw a good group of deer. There's a good herd of deer here, and we're just banking because there's so much bedding in here that these deer don't have to move very far from bedding to feeding, and we're right on top of a wheat field. So I mean, a deer could get out of his bed and literally 40 yards later we can see him and shoot him. So we're just betting with a herd of deer that's strong in this particular spot. There's going to be a good shooter buck here. It's kind of early, but we got lucky. We got a little cloud cover. It's going to keep the sun off of us. It's like 65, 66 degrees, which is pretty hot, but at least we buck hunting.
Well, I'm not with Chad on this hunt, but it looks like the bucks are finally up and moving around.
Man, it didn't take long. We've got bucks coming out of the food plot.
This is post-rut, so all these bucks are starting to get lonely and hungry again.
We don't have bucks just coming from one area. We've got bucks popping out from all different sides. The only problem now is they're all young bucks. One thing about seeing that many young bucks, when a good buck finally steps out, you know it, and I mean right off, and that's exactly what happens.
Hey, right here, right here, right here, right here. Shoot her.
We had this big buck step out from our left-hand side, and to be honest with you, he's only walking about 15 yards below us from this blind, and there was no doubt he was a heavy 10-point, at least a 4.5-year-old buck. Man, now it was just a matter of being on your toes, not making the wrong movement, and try to get a shot on this buck.
He's dead away from me. I can't shoot him like that. I need him to turn.
Man, the buck had actually worked his way around and was pushing a couple does and got out in front of us, and I just about got the full draw. And he looks at another buck coming out of the woods or something catches his attention, and he gets in behind a tree. Now, I don't have a shot. I'm having to sit there and wait on this buck. You know, because I've been in this situation before, I'm pretty nervous right now. My heart's beating because I know that that buck could easily put that tree on us and walk out of that food plot to never be seen again. And it had been a long season. And when I knew that buck had committed, he had turned and he was walking in front of that stand, and I was at full draw, I was pretty jacked up about it.
Right here, he's fixing to come into my opening. Right there, you in? Yeah. yesterday. Drove all night long. All night long. We're running on about 3 hours of sleep right now and just got it done in Kansas, baby. The hottest day of the week, it's 65 degrees and we just got it done in Kansas, baby. Damn.
Like WallhangerTV on Facebook to follow Chad and Dana all year with a chance to win gear seen on the show. This segment has been brought to you by the Barnett Razor, Razor Light, Razor Fast, and by Mojo Motion Decoys. Join the revolution.
The Bone Buster Combo Pack and Black Rack Rattling System give us everything we need to be deadly in the woods. The Flexstone Black Rack Rattling System is the only system with 2 full racks. That and the Bone Buster Combo Pack is a deadly system. We let it get dark because we still had a pretty good group of deer come out here and we didn't want to scare them. I mean, there's a lot of deer pretty close, so we decided just to let it get dark and let them ease off. So we just got down, fixing to pick that buck up. We know right where he fell up on this ridge. Gonna go get my arrow. I always like checking that arrow and see what it looked like, even though we know it was a good shot. But there it is right here. What a beautiful sight. Man, you just don't see enough of them throughout the year. Good bloody arrow. We knew it was a double lung because, I mean, obviously we watched the deer fall, but still, there ain't nothing like checking your arrow and seeing what it looks like. Good lung blood. Let's go get this buck. I can't wait to put my hands on him. Right here somewhere. There he is, right there, baby. Yeah, baby, there he is. There he is, right there. Holy smokes. Dude, this deer is bigger than I thought he was. I mean, I knew he was a good buck, but I mean, look at the neck on this joker. That is an old, mature Kansas whitetail right there. Man, I'll tell you what. It's like our first half of the season was so slow and the second half has been so good, man. We've been blessed tremendously. And man, it's always good when they get bigger when you go and get them. I mean, what a deer. Big neck, huge bases. I mean, the bases on this deer has got to be one of the biggest I've ever killed. Good solid mass up top. He's got a little acorn in his horns right there. A lot of mass. We've had a great year, been blessed, been able to travel with the family and the new baby, and I mean, we've got nothing to complain about, but I have worked my butt off trying to find a deer that was, I'm not a trophy hunter, just trying to find that mature buck, and I finally got my hands on him. It's late December. I've been going at it since September, so all you guys that think what we're doing is just so easy, we run around shooting all these deer, it ain't that way all the time, but man, how incredible. Very blessed to get him. It was pretty rewarding to know that we'd made a decision to leave Kentucky like that and drive all night like a wild man to get to Kansas to be able to squeeze in an evening hunt and have it pay off, man. Couldn't be prouder of this buck, couldn't be prouder of the hunt. Just excited now to call Dana and let her know the good news. I can't wait to call her, man. She's home with the baby, getting ready for Christmas, and Daddy gets to call home with a big buck, man. Wallhanger down, baby. Yes, indeed. Hey, babe. Can you hear me? Buck down. Yep. Got one on the ground. I got my hands on him right now. Yep. Got him done the first evening. First evening back. Yep. Love you too. All right. I'll call you back from the camp when we get there. All right, babe. Tell the little girl we got one. All right. Bye.
.600 miles to the northeast in Pike County, Missouri, Jason Cleveland is preparing for a frigid cold late season hunt.
Well, it's late December now. It's Missouri's muzzleloader season. On a farm I've been hunting for about 5 or 6 years. We've got a lot of cold weather and a lot of ice piling up right now, so the hunt should be really, really good with all the deer on the farm should come out tonight. It's cold. I think it's 15 or 18 degrees something. It's got a bunch of ice on the ground and a bunch of knocked down and mowed corn over here.
Man, it doesn't get any better than this for late season hunting. Cleve's got ice on the ground, standing corn, and it is cold, so he should have a really good hunt.
High Mountain seasonings are an easy way for us to make jerky and snack sticks out of our game. And and I know I can trust how I know.
Best of all, it's fresh, easy to make, and tastes great. To find High Mountain seasonings in your area, go to highmtnjerky.com. The Pile Driver by Wild Game Innovations is a revolutionary feeder that keeps your feet dry and piles it high. The auger delivery system is designed to make your powder last up to 60 days and keep deer coming around, producing big bucks in the field and on the ground. Check out the Pile Driver and other great products at wildgameinnovations.com.
Moon chart, everything's lining up. It's running late. Brent's been here for an hour, but we're still in time. Just not as early as I'd like.
Jason had passed a few nice bucks during the firearm season, but with recent trail pictures of a buck he calls Traveler, anticipation of seeing this buck were high.
Got the drops so I can remember what I'm doing. Let's go. Well, it was a pretty crunchy approach to the Banks blind today. Every step sounded like you had a high school marching band with you. I knew we weren't going to sneak up on any deer standing out in the field today, so we went in plenty early and marched our way in there and got up in there and let everything settle down. Everything should be lining up to be a good hunt. All this ice on the ground. The moon chart says we're good, the cold says we're good, the ice says we're good. So hopefully everything lines up like we expect. But anyway, we're in here, it's 15 degrees, we're gonna give her heck anyway, so. The deer really, in this big field, with all this food out there, you can kind of see all the deer that are on this farm at times. Mainly, I just hunt the food sources here and have 80 acres of timber block that I never even go in. There's definitely 2 or 3 bucks down there. They're starting to feed over here to the edge. Yeah, that's definitely the Traveler out there on the edge right now. Definitely him. Right at 200 yards, but if they're not gonna come any closer, we're gonna have to get ready for a shot. Yeah, they're still out there feeding along that edge.
Well, this is a good problem to have. There's plenty of bucks out there in the standing corn. All I can tell Cleve is he better pick the right one to shoot.
Feel pretty steady. I'm gonna go ahead and try this shot. Well, as with the muzzleloader, I have no idea what just happened. Just a big cloud of smoke. Right there is a deer I call the Traveler because he just showed up in the last couple weeks. Big, nice, wide frame on him. Pretty sure he's a 4-year-old. He's got short G2s, but got main beams that go on for a day. I don't know. We'll go over and look in a little bit. We think we can see his main beams laying there. God, I hope that's the case. But let's go take a look. There he is, we can see him. He didn't take a step. I sure hope this is the buck I was after, the Traveler, because he's dead. Well, here's the deer I call the Traveler. He traveled onto the wrong farm a couple weeks ago, found my standing corn, and it's just been hanging out here ever since. And I figured him to probably go home somewhere else, wherever he lived, but I told myself if I get a shot at him, I was going to take him because he's not one of my homebodies. I passed up a homebody to take this one because I think those other ones will stay and didn't want to risk this one going somewhere else as a 4-year-old. So he's going to go home in the truck with me.
Very much and good.
It's been a long winter. We've been on the road for probably a month straight.
Now the only other favorite time of year other than deer season for me is Christmas.
We are finally headed home for the holidays and to celebrate with family and friends and just relax for a couple days.
Hey, what's that say? Did that say Chad?
Hey, that's a dog!
Oh! Chris and his family are going to be some of the first ones back out after Christmas. They're going to their new place in Kansas, so hopefully we can keep the roll going.
Boom! Right behind the shoulder blade.
We're going to get that baby tonight.
Oh.
For real?
Yes.
Especially
That
if
is
I'm
a dead
leaving
deer.
for
Boom! That is a dead deer.
Wallhanger TV is brought to you by Elite Archery. Respect the game. Reconnect. See what you've been missing. Gator Tracks Boats. Making waves where the competition can't. Mossy Oak. It's not a passion. It's an obsession. Scott Archery. Everyone's #1. Ozonics. Scent control that works. Ammo2go.com. Your one-stop shop for all your ammo needs. G5. Designed to hunt. Antler King. Bigger bucks. Healthier deer. Hunt Force. Find your game. Angle Coolers. A legend in reliability. Code Blue. Potency protected. Support also provided by these sponsors.